What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another Karazhan guide where we are on Shade of Medivh. Now, a couple things to note with this is that he does have a couple different abilities. The biggest one that you want to make sure that you interrupt is the piercing missiles. It is always put onto the tank, but if he does finish casting it on the tank, you gain a debuff, and then he takes 25% arcane damage, and it just makes it really annoying and harder on the healer, and you don't need any unnecessary damage, if you can avoid it. He also does the Infernal Bolt, which you can see right there. He's just randomly casting on people. It's just kind of like a flame wreath that goes out, and he just puts it on somebody. And then finally, the third ability he does is Frostbite. Now, if this gets put on somebody and you don't interrupt it, it does put them in an ice block, and you just got to use the Infernal Bolt to break them out. So it's pretty much that until he goes into his second phase, which is completed when he gets 100% mana. Now he will have they're called ultimate abilities, and right here, as you can see, he does the Ceaseless Winter, which Ceaseless Winter just makes it so everybody has a debuff for about 15 seconds, and their movement speed is reduced by X amount of percent. I want to say like 5 or 6%, somewhere around there. And he does continue the fight. He keeps going, so you just got to stay up with it and make sure that you're interrupting where it's needed, and then interrupting everything else and avoiding everything else. It gets a little crazy. It can get a little hectic. Now he does have two other abilities other than the Ceaseless Winter. He also has this one, as you can see right here, which is Guardian's Image, and basically you just got to kill the Guardian on all of his ads, all the ads and all that. You got to get him down real quick, that way you don't have to deal with all his BS that he does with that. And all they do is they cast like an Arcane Bolt over and over again, and I think they do one other ability which is called Shimmer, and that just does a lot of damage every 3 seconds. So you just got to make sure that you take these bosses out, or excuse me, these ads out as fast as possible. As soon as you complete that, he comes back in right here, and you just go back to tanking and spanking him. It really was an easy fight. It's a fun fight for sure, but it is one of the easier fights in here, especially if you have the DPS who know what they're doing, and if you have the interrupts in line. So make sure that you communicate that with your team as far as interrupting everything. Other than that, guys, he does have one other thing, which is called the Flame Wreath, which if you're targeted by the Flame Wreath, all it is just don't move. That's all you got to do, is not move. As long as you don't move, then you won't have to worry about getting the debuff that goes around. So I don't think we'll see that in this one, but if you do get that on one of his abilities, just keep that in mind. Other than that, guys, that will conclude this fight, and I think we're going to move on to the Mana Devourer in the next video. So we'll jump over there, and until next time, everybody, my name is Tomkins. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any comments or concerns, drop them down below. I'm always happy to respond. And until next time, everybody, I will see you later.